Hi friends, I'm Juani and welcome to Juani's House. In today's video, I'm going to teach you how I make my breakfast sausages. I used to, I still do go out and buy breakfast sausages, but Mr. B loves when I make it homemade. So this is a really quick recipe that I came up with, just trial and error. And the sausages turned out really good, and they're pork sausages, so if you like pork, you're gonna like this. Also, you could try these with the same ingredients using like your turkey, your ground turkey, and I'm pretty sure you'll get the same results. I have not tried that yet, but in my head I believe it's going to be really good. So let's go ahead and get started. So everything that you need here is right here. I have some sage. This right here is some paprika. We have my Tony Chiteri Creole season. You know I have to have that. We have some garlic powder, some onion powder, some red pepper flakes. We also have brown sugar. I have an onion. I have 3 cloves of garlic here, as well as herb de Provence. Now I'm going to use the herbs de Provence in lieu of some other items that I typically don't have, and it has it in here, like marjoram, tarragon, rosemary, and things like that. So this has all of the other ingredients in here, so this is why I have pulled this out. The only thing that I don't have here is some dried I have dried cloves. So we won't have that in here, but I still think that they're going to be really good because I'm out. So that is on my list to pick up. So, and then you have your pork here. So we buy our ground pork. It's only 2 of us, so we divide it. I took this out of the freezer last night and put it into the refrigerator. And so I'm just going to pour this in here. Mr. B has been wanting me to make these sausages for the past 2 weeks. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to do this today, and I'm going to share it with you guys. So this is probably about a pound of the ground pork. And so what I'm going to do, some of my olive oil here, I am going to place, I'm going to pour a little bit of my olive oil. And that's probably about a tablespoon and a half of olive oil into my blender, because I'm going to eliminate some of this work of all the chopping and everything. And so I'm going to take, I would say maybe like a quarter of this is a small onion, and I'm gonna just chop it up, and then I'm going to place this in here. Then I'm going to add, what is that? A half a teaspoon of everything. A half a teaspoon of red pepper flakes. Now if you don't like your sausages spicy, use maybe like a quarter. See, what is this? Yes, a quarter of a teaspoon. I'm getting a half a teaspoon of onion powder, a half a teaspoon garlic powder, a half a teaspoon of the Tony Chiteri, because our pork is not seasoned. We have to make sure we season that. A half a teaspoon of the paprika. We're also going to get a half a teaspoon of the dried sage. I'm probably going to put a little bit more, because, so let's going to say that that is 1 teaspoon then of the sage, because we really want to get the flavors into this mixture. Crack our garlic. We're going to go ahead and add the garlic cloves here. And we are going to keep everything and throw the entire bulb of cloves in here with the entire clove in. And like I said, if you do it this way, this is going to take no time. The longest, so you have to plan for, unless you just come from the market and you've gotten your pork out and it's you know, it hasn't been frozen. But otherwise, just take it out the freezer the night before, and when you wake up in the morning, it will be ready. And then in here we have our herbs de Provence, and I am going to just get this in here. Now this right here, because it comes out so fine because it's actually milling it, you're going to need quite a bit. And my top doesn't come off of here, but you can buy herbs de Provence in a jar in which you can just use your measuring spoon and take the amount out. But I can't open this right here, so this is how we're going to do it. And you're going to need black pepper, so we're going to add some black pepper, and we're also going to add brown sugar. So I'm adding about a tablespoon of brown sugar. Okay. And then I'm going to add a tad, using my little spoons here, a tad. I think these are so cute, of black pepper. So now I'm going to add our top here, and we are going to put a little bit more oil in here. That smells good. Just a little bit more oil, because we need some fat. And although our pork will make fat, but this is going to be integrated into our mixture. Yeah. Okay. Okay, I just want to get this like I want it, and then I'm going to come back. Okay, so I'm going to add just a tad bit of water in here. Just a little bit. Okay. So I think we're good now. Oh yes, we're very good. Okay. So I'm going to clean this up, and then we're going to come back. Okay, so now we are ready to add our mixture into our sausage here, our ground pork. And because we've taken all of the work out of it, we're just going to add it just like this. And make sure you get all of the goodness out. Don't leave nothing in this blender. So you guys see it comes, it's like a paste. We have strong onions in there, so okay. As you see, I'm getting everything out of here. Now this would be something great to make if you have like some type of breakfast for the holidays and make homemade sausage. Your guests will really, really enjoy this. So I'm washing my hands now because y'all know I like using my hands. And I'm going to we're gonna just mash all of those spices and goodness into this pork. Okay. And we want it all to be saturated inside and mix well. Look at that. And this is a good way, you know, some people might not like onions, and if they see onions, that's a big piece that did not. But if they see onions and stuff, then, you know, they don't want to eat it. But a lot of times, unless they're like allergic to onions, but a lot of times it's like you don't see it, you don't know what's in there. That's how a lot of times you can get kids to eat things if you disguise them in other things. Okay. So look at that. Now see how it all comes together, and it actually begins to, you see the red pepper flakes in there, you see a little pieces of garlic, things like this. Now another thing that you could do, if you prepare this like the night before and all of the ingredients kind of meld together, yeah, that would be, you know, then you would get more flavor. But I'm not gonna let this garlic go by the wayside. I'm just gonna chop it up real fine, and we're gonna go ahead and add this in here. And I think if I had one of the little small mini choppers, I would have gotten it better, all of the garlic. But I'm not gonna worry about that little bit of garlic that didn't get macerated. So I have my frying pan over to the side. It's already on medium heat. Actually, it's on high heat, and I'm going to turn it down to medium heat, and then we're going to form our little balls and squeeze them into patties, and we're going to let them cook. So I'm going to come back. All right, so our pan is of a really nice temperature. It's not too hot, so because we don't want it to smoke, because then we will cook our patties too fast and it won't be even. So I'm just going to form these in balls and probably make and just push it down to make about a 3-inch patty or so, and just kind of make sure they're formed nicely and it's as even as possible here. Something just like that, and then go ahead and place it in our pan. And the great thing about this also is that, like, if you're going to do this for the holidays or something, is that you can make these ahead of time and freeze them, and just place parchment paper over each layer so that it won't stick. And I have done that before with great results. And so I will probably, actually I am, because I think we're going to have only about 2 sausages a piece. And the rest of it I can place in parchment paper in a freezer bag. And then I can go back and pull some out, similar as to what they do when you buy your sausages, like your what is that, your sausages in the box, and they have the parchment paper around it. Guys, these smell so good. I know I always say that, but guys, smell so good. And like I said, and then as they are in the freezer also, you know, the flavors are still developing and melding together. I've done this, and so I'm going to come back, and we're going to just turn these frequently because we want them to brown evenly on all sides, and until it's no longer pink. Okay, look at that. That's pretty, huh? All right. Okay, so these are my patties formed, so I'm just going to wrap them up in parchment paper, and actually I probably put them in aluminum foil. And I have 5 other patties here, and then these over here are cooking very well. Now, like I said, we have to flip them or turn them often, so it's turning it to real pretty brown, so we know. And I know we all have the tendency to want to like pat them down. Don't pat them, because you're releasing all the juices. But yes, it is just, it's habit forming, I know. Okay, and we're just gonna let that cook, and I'll come back. Okay, so these are ready. go ahead and we're gonna take these out. Now I'm gonna serve these with some potato cake. And so, you know, I am the queen of making something out of something else. And so yesterday we had leftovers, and this is actually mashed potatoes with some cheese in there, some onions in there, and chopped up really well, some garlic in there, and an egg. Mix it up your mashed potatoes and form them into patties, and you just fry them up. So we had these yesterday for breakfast. So we have 3 left, so I'm going to just reheat these, and then we're going to have some scrambled eggs, and that is going to be breakfast. Oh, and I also have some croissants. So that is breakfast for today. So I'll come back to you when everything is done, and so you can see how it looks plated. All right, guys, so this is the final outcome. So I have our potato pancakes, and I told you guys, I forgot that I mentioned that I left out the flour. So you add the mashed potatoes, some flour, your cheese, your garlic, and your onions, and you mix all that together, and then you just fry them up. We have our sausages here, our scrambled egg, and some croissants. This breakfast was so good and very filling. These sausages were amazing. So I ask that you just consider creating these and serving them to your family for the holidays. This could be something you can just do for them during the holidays and maybe make it a tradition. So guys, I am going to go ahead and end this video. If you are new to Juani's house, I would love for you to subscribe. So go ahead, hit that subscribe button as well as the notification bell so that you won't miss out on any of my upcoming uploads. So guys, I'm about to go, but before I do, you know what I always say. The next time you're in town, you can always stop by Juani's house. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.